And today I'm going to give you my top 3 health and fitness tips that you definitely should know if you're going to start, or even if you're in a health and fitness journey. See, these are the 3 things that I wish somebody told me rather than me stumbling upon them or finding them out freaking, 5 years later. So in this video, I'm not going to tell you what to eat, and I'm not going to tell you that you need to exercise. Those 2 things, you need to learn about nutrition and you need to learn about your body, okay? Super important. What I'm going to talk to you about first, my number 1, is making sure your goals are right. Now, I can't stress it enough how hard it is for me to see all these young women and young men get so wrapped up in body image, and that's all they care about. All they care about is how they look in that bikini. It's great motivation, don't get me wrong, and it should be one of the reasons that you're doing this. Because guess what? When you're really tempted to eat that cupcake, guess what? You're not thinking about your bikini. And that one reason isn't gonna hold you over. Your goal and your reason why as to why you're doing all of this needs to be really, really strong. So I'm gonna start off by telling you there's over 60 psychological and physical benefits to having a healthy diet and working out and exercising and making that a part of your lifestyle. Over 60. How many do you really focus on? Majority of people only focus on one when there's all this other opportunity and availability to focus on other ones. There are so many. So my challenge for you is to come up with a list of at least 5 different reasons that it'll motivate you. So for instance, we're in a setting that was a big motivation for me. I came here with my boyfriend 6 years ago. I came here with Jordan, and we were really fit in the beginning, but then after like a year, we got in I gained 30 pounds, he gained a lot, about 80 pounds. And we came here and it was one of the worst experiences. We didn't even enjoy being in nature because it was so taxing on our bodies and we couldn't do it. So a big motivation for me was to be able to come and hike with no problem and just be able to enjoy myself. So use things that you love as motivation for why you're doing this as well. Go and research the different things that'll make you feel good. All right, now number 2. Number 1 was simply to figure out your goals and make sure your goals are in line with the truth and they're accessible. Number 2 is find some people to freaking do it with. Make sure you find a coach. If you want me to be your free coach, the link is below. Or find somebody who knows what they're talking about. If you just kind of it's a little unfortunate. If you decide to go and be healthy with your best friend who's also very unhealthy, the likelihood of you 2 succeeding together is very unlikely, because all it takes now, instead of one of you guys needing to fight temptation, now 2 of you guys need to fight temptation. Because what's gonna happen when your girlfriend says, girl, let's not work out today, let's go get some ice cream instead? You're gonna go get ice cream. You know it, because now it's not, and then this happens with me and Jordan a lot too. If I say I have a craving for something, he's like, I'm down. You have this idea and you think that, that person's gonna be able to talk you out of it, but now you're saying, okay, my friend needs to have more willpower than I do. So be sure that you find a coach that can help you out with that temptation, help you out with the mental aspect of it, and be able to answer questions for you. Find a coach and find somebody, not just a personal trainer or anything like that. Find a coach who knows the psychological aspect of it too, or a place where you can go and be held accountable with other people. I kind of stumbled upon that online. I was put into a group, and I also was working out and did Insanity with 3 other people. So that was really great motivation. It really helped to stick to it. And that would be my 2nd piece of advice. And now for my third biggest, this is my biggest piece of advice. Now please pay attention. Please pay attention. If you get nothing else out of this video, well, first of all, let's congratulate you, because tip number 3 is educating yourself about a healthy lifestyle. Educating yourself about your body, educating yourself about food and how your body works with different food, educating yourself about what happens during a workout. Did you know that when you do a workout, you're actually breaking down your muscles, and your muscles don't get bigger during a workout? They actually get bigger when you refuel your body and you feed it and you rebuild your muscles. You have to do that with food. Do you know how to do that? If you don't, you gotta go learn. You have to go figure it out and be okay. Don't wait. Listen, be okay with doing things wrong in the beginning. It's okay, because I'm still happy Find people who have done it already. Ask them for their advice. But also know that every body is different. Every single person is different. Some people have gluten intolerances. Some people have shellfish intolerances. Not everybody can do it the same exact way. So find somebody who understands that. Find somebody who's willing to work with you on a one-on-one basis, and set you up with an exercise program too, and set you up with that accountability that you need in the group. So I hope you hit all three of those things. So number one, making sure that your goals are really, really not only realistic. So for instance, when I first got into health and fitness, I thought I could be like a figure competitor. But hey y'all, I got big hips. If you've ever seen my figure, I got big hips and big thighs. I was a softball and a volleyball player and a baseball player. So that's just not in the cards for me. That's not my body type. But I'm okay with that. I've learned that it's not my body type and I can't look like everybody. That took education, which was number 3. So number 1, making sure your goals are in line with reality. Number 2, making sure you have people around you who are going to encourage you and push you past those times of temptation, are going to help teach you. And number 3, go and do your research. Go and do your research. Don't just listen to societal fads. Please don't just listen to societal fads. Find friends who are doing something, or contact me. Do something about your health and fitness. Stop waiting. Educate yourself. I love you guys so much. If you liked this video and you found it helpful in any sort of way, please give it a thumbs up. I really, really appreciate you also sharing this video so that your friends can also get educated, and maybe, hey, they'll reach out to you and say, let's do this together. All right, guys, I love you so much, and I look forward to hearing from you. See you later.
What happens if you give one group of kids a plate of cookies and the other group the same number of cookies, but cut in half, and tell them all they can eat as many as they want? Decreasing the cookie size led to 25% fewer cookie calories eaten. The goal of this study was to help counter obesity-promoting eating behaviors facilitated by the availability of large portions of junk food. And the findings suggest that reducing the size of cookies without altering the total amount of food decreases children's short-term energy intake, a dietary strategy for guardians to discreetly decrease cookie intake. But do you know what's in those things? Partially hydrogenated oil, trans fats. No one should be eating those. In fact, I can think of another dietary strategy to decrease kids' intake. Don't give them any. Admittedly, easier said than done. Even in the granola crunchy Bay Area, when parents and school administrators proposed to ban junk food, it sent a faction of parents and teachers into an apoplectic fit. In Texas, there was such parental outrage they got lawmakers to pass a Safe Cupcake Amendment. The amendment, known as Lauren's Law, ensures that parents and grandparents of school children celebrating a birthday can bring whatever the heck they want to school. Fine. What if you just offered fruit in addition to the cupcakes at classroom celebrations? To observe student responses to the addition of fresh fruit, bowls of fresh cut-up fruit provided by the researchers were added to the party food contributed by the parents at half the 4 kindergarten or preschool celebrations studied. No special effort was made to encourage students to choose the fruit, they just put it out there. Would kids actually eat fruit when there was a birthday cake, ice cream, and cheese puffs taking up nearly a whopping third of their daily caloric intake? Yes, on average each kid ate a full fruit serving. Take that, cheesy puffs! There are entire curricula available now for schools like Veguecation, where for a whole year classrooms feature a new Veggie of the Month, sprinkled with nutrition mantras like fiber equals a happy tummy. And it works. The active engagement in students in tasting and rating of vegetable dishes seem to have contributed to higher consumption of featured vegetables. One school was able, in some cases, to double vegetable consumption just by giving them attractive names. Elementary students ate twice the number of carrots if they were called X-ray vision carrots than if they were just carrots or generically named as the food of the day. How about Power Punch broccoli, Silly Dilly green beans, or calling broccoli Tiny Tasty Treetops? Selection of broccoli increased 100%, green beans up 177%. Conclusion: These studies demonstrate that using an attractive name to describe a healthy food in a cafeteria is robustly effective, persistent, and scalable with little or no money or experience. These names were not carefully crafted, discussed in focus groups, and then pre-tested. They just thought them up. What a concept, right? And kids were suckered into eating healthier for months by putting out silly little signs. Vegetable intake up nearly 100% across the board, and in the control school without signs, vegetable consumption started low and actually got worse. So why isn't every single school in the country doing this right now? Bring it up at your next PTA meeting. And if you want to get really bold, you can join the nutritious school lunch revolution led by pioneering organizations like the New York Coalition for Healthy School Food.